Hello and welcome back to the Mushroom Murder Trial podcast. I'm Lisa and today we have two major developments in the Erin Patterson case. The Victorian woman convicted of murdering 3 family members and almost killing another with a poisonous mushroom meal. The matters of Department of Public Prosecutions, DPP, against Erin Trudy Patterson and Erin Patterson against the King will be heard this week by the Court of Appeal on Wednesday and Thursday. The mother of 2 is not expected to attend the hearings. But before we start, I wanted to tell you about a project I'm involved in concerning Epstein survivor Virginia Giuffre. I'm determined to help get the mum of 3 the justice Australia owes her. We may need an army to do it. More information about the project and how you can help at the end of this update. On to Patterson. The cases comprise a push by the DPP against the sentence imposed against her and an appeal by Patterson for the Court of Appeal to review and overturn the findings of guilt from her 11-week trial, known as an appeal against conviction. Meanwhile, Patterson, aged 52, was jailed for life last year with a non-parole period of 33 years. This was one of the longest sentences ever handed to a female offender in Australian history. She was found guilty of murdering her estranged husband's parents, Don and Gail Patterson, both aged 70, and Gail's sister, Heather Wilkinson, 66. The Supreme Court of Victoria was told she killed them by deliberately lacing beef Wellington with lethal death cap mushrooms at a family lunch at her home in Gippsland, Victoria, in July 2023. Patterson was also found guilty of attempting to murder Heather's husband, Ian Wilkinson, who became gravely ill but survived the meal. But the Department of Public Prosecutions has confirmed it's not satisfied with the sentence. If they are successful, Patterson could be resentenced to life without parole or a non-parole period of greater than 33 years. The Director of Public Prosecutions is also appealing the length of her sentence, arguing Patterson, who will be 82 years old when she is eligible for parole in 2056, should be locked up for life. Prosecutors filed a request for an appeal, saying it was simply too lenient given the nature of Patterson's crimes, the deliberate poisoning of her in-laws. In documents lodged with the court last year, Patterson, who has maintained her innocence, argued she suffered a miscarriage of justice during the 10-week trial, laying out 7 grounds of appeal. She claimed the prosecution's 5-day cross-examination of her was unfair and oppressive, while the Crown's closing address caused a substantial miscarriage of justice. Patterson is being held at the Dame Phyllis Frost Centre, Victoria's maximum security women's prison. She's being kept in protective isolation, not because she's violent, but because she's a target. This is because of the high-profile nature of her crimes. Her case states the Crown changed its case by implying there was a motive for murder in the closing address, despite saying there was no motive for the killings in their opening statement, the documents state. Patterson also criticised key prosecution evidence, including cell tower evidence and sightings of death cap mushrooms. The final ground of appeal argued there was a fundamental irregularity when the jury was sequestered for deliberations. The Victorian Supreme Court previously confirmed the 12-person jury was unwittingly staying at the same hotel as the lead detective and 2 members of the prosecution. There's no automatic life means life rule in Victoria. It's up to the judge in the Supreme Court to decide whether a life sentence includes a non-parole period or whether the offender will never be released. Now for Virginia. She survived trafficking, but what happened in Australia? I'm acting for a warrior who, after years of fierce battles with powerful men, believed she had finally found peace. But something went terribly wrong in the country Virginia Roberts thought was her safe haven. The Epstein whistleblower died on April 25, 2025, Anzac Day, a time when Australians commemorate courage and sacrifice. But by the end of her life, Virginia was carrying more than the world acknowledged: severe trauma, profound betrayal, and relentless physical pain, all converging at once. I want to ask a question that has not been asked enough. Did Australia fail her? 2 investigations are underway into her death, but their outcomes are uncertain. Will we see transparency? I'm after your ideas and may need you to sign and circulate petitions, letters to parliamentarians. Please drop by my Substack, which is dedicated to her and has everything you need to know. Link in the show notes. Thank you. I'm Lisa, and this is the Mushroom Murder Trial podcast. Catch up with you soon.